up, everyone? It's your boy, September, the Reverend of the Revolution, welcoming you to another edition of your Daily Revolution, the podcast that helps you to wake up, turn your brain on, and to prosper every single day in every part of your life. Today's topic, I can't rest. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So I just got back from a trip from Las Vegas, Nevada with my wife and my beautiful boys. Had a great trip to see my family get sealed in our temple. That's a whole nother topic, but it was great to see family, great to just witness this beautiful ordinance inside of my church that I belong to. And over the few days that we were there, I was actually really sick. So it all started on Wednesday. Wednesday I worked out hard. I've been training for Kokoro 45 coming up in September, and I've been pushing. I'm down to 290 pounds, and I've been losing weight. I'm down like 45 pounds in the last 9 months, 10 months. And I've been training hard. And my body got sick. And maybe you've been sick before too. Maybe you've experienced that sickness. Like for me, the sickness has been, I couldn't even work out. Anything that I ate, came out. Like stomach not feeling good, achy, fevering, cold, hot, cold. Now in the past, I would have beat myself up. I would have felt guilty the whole time. Oh, I gotta work out. I can't rest. I'm Satima. I have to work out. Like the most ridiculous, false stories deemed to be true. Like I would worship this belief that I had to work and I couldn't rest and take time off. Totally asinine. Ridiculous. So what happened this time? Well, Wednesday I worked out and then something happened. This is why there's been a lull in episodes. I have felt like garbage. So Thursday I get up to go to the gym and something's off. I knew it. It wasn't just like I'm tired because I go no matter what. My body was achy. But Friday, same thing, like fevering, achy, tired, kind of feeling run down. It's kind of what happens when you work out 2 to 3 hours a day with no rest. And you start to change your eating habits. Over the last few weeks, I've changed my eating. And so there's this story, there's this perpetual myth that just goes throughout our lives. I can't rest. I'm a superhuman being. I gotta work out. I gotta do more work. And I'm gonna feel guilty if I take time off. Come on now. Complete nonsense. So I changed everything. Didn't work out Thursday. Didn't work out Friday. Didn't work out Saturday. Didn't work out Sunday. It feels amazing to get some rest. And I've been sleeping a ton. Right? Just catching up on rest. Sucking down water, not eating very much, because when your body gets sick, it shuts down and it needs to heal itself. Now, why do I share this lesson with you? Because some of you out there go through this total nonsense. I can't rest. I gotta work and burn the midnight oil. Here's the truth. The truth is, if you do not rest and you do not recuperate, then you do not rejuvenate. If you don't rest, recuperate, and rejuvenate, you don't make the gains and you lose the benefits of all the training that you do. This is in every part of our life. This isn't just physically. So physically, I'm training 6 days a week. And then on the 7th day, on Sunday, I'd go on a hike with my boys. I'd throw in the pack and go on a little family hike. But I could tell not having a rest day for me, for my body and where I'm at with my training, it just doesn't work yet. Inside of my relationships, like what does rest and rejuvenation and recuperation look like from relationships? It means that you kind of take some time for you. You don't always got to be with your spouse and your kids. See, this is where I've fallen short. I felt like I've always had to be there. It's kind of nice to let your kids go play with their friends. It's nice to go take some time and go to the office and go to the gym. Even for my wife, I let her take 2 nights a week to go and drive 45 minutes away to her basketball and volleyball leagues. And she's got 4 to 4.5 hours of time just for her. Right? Twice a week, she's getting 8 hours to just go play volleyball, play basketball, get her manis, get her petties, do whatever she wants to do. She needs it for her. And you, my friend, need it for you. When was the last time you took some time to rejuvenate and to recuperate and to recover? When was the last time you decided to rest? I know guys that will study books and books and books and read more books and read more books and watch more videos. And they never ever stop to just be. Listen, you're not a superhuman being. And even if you are, you still need your rest. One of my favorite mentors, the late Stephen R. Covey of 7 Habits, he called it sharpen the saw. It was that important that he made it one of his habits. Sharpen the saw. Take time to recuperate. Sharpen the saw comes from the story. You walk up, someone's sawing some trees, right? They're sawing the trees down, and then they're like, hey, man, like, how's it going? And they're exhausted, and they're not making very much progress. And you say, well, when was the last time you sharpened the saw? And the people say, well, we don't have time to sharpen the saw. We just got to keep sawing. My friends, it doesn't work. It is critical that you take time to rest, recover, renew, remember, recuperate, rejuvenate, calculate. I'm feeling like a rapper right now. Just kidding. But you know what I'm saying. And you need to do this without the stories that cause guilt and shame. Yes, the old me would have said, I gotta work out, I gotta lift weights. If I'm not lifting weights and if I'm not reading a book, if I'm not doing something quote unquote productive, then I'm gonna be a bad person and I'm not gonna be strong. That's garbage, that's hogwash. Baloney, bullpucky, horse, woohoo. Brothers and sisters, even the Lord took the 7th day to rest in his labors. Right? That's why they call it the day of rest. If you lift weights, you already know that the recovery is where you allow your muscles to grow. So let's just take a look at the application to where you're at right now. Application to business first. Do you take time off from work? Or do you always have to burn the midnight oil? See, working 80 hours is less effective compared to someone who's working a very powerful, focused, strong 30 to 40 hours. And I'll take the 30 to 40 hours all day if it is extremely highly laser focused. Application to relationships. Do you take time to just have time for you? Right? Do you take time to allow your kids to have time for them? Write in their journals, go jump on the trampoline. Just be okay being alone. Do you allow your kids to go with the grandparents? My kids love to go with my parents. Right? It gives them time, gives us, me and my wife, time to be kids again and just be me and my wife together. Even from your spouse. And if you are a man, please let your wife have some time. Like, create the space and the time for her. And your spiritual matters. Like, if you're doing spiritual things all day, every day, look, you need a break. Even if you're a full-time pastor, disciple, evangelist, you still need a break. Which means, yeah, I know that the spiritual men who still go and they go golf. They go to a basketball game. I remember one of the leaders of my church, I saw him at the Utah Jazz game when I was living in Utah. He was like courtside. It was a beautiful thing to see. But yes, you can still take time from your labors and rest and recover, recuperate, rejuvenate. And finally, with your body, this is a whole focus on body, because I took Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 4 days of no working out, taking like 4 days off to just rest and recover my body so that I could get healthy, so that I could perform. Nothing worse than seeing people who refuse to rest, recover, recuperate, rejuvenate, renew, remember, recommit. Yes, my friends. What a beautiful principle and insight this is. So, here's my question for you. What will you do? Can you change the story that you have to work out every day and that you have to go hard all the time? There are times to sprint. That's why it's called a sprint. You cannot sprint forever. And then you rest. If it's a marathon, then you just go at a slow pace for a long time. But there's times in our lives where we gotta sprint. Spiritually, physically, relationally, financially. There's times where we gotta drop down into a low gear. It's a whole nother conversation. So brothers and sisters, will you take the time to rest and drop the story? The most effective, powerful people, they take time to rest, recuperate, rejuvenate, renew, remember, relax, recommit. You got it, baby. And today is Sunday when I'm shooting this. Yeah, it's Sunday afternoon. The sun is shining. Just got back from Vegas and I'm feeling really good. So take the time, and tomorrow on Monday, I'm going to hit this thing full speed again now that my body's rested. It's your boy, Tim Mangala, reminding you, if you're going to love your life and create a life of real radical results, it's going to require you to get into a relentless pursuit. Yes, sometimes you can take a break with a ruthless commitment, committed all the time, to pay the piper every single day, so that you can get to the top of your mountains where your prized promised lands and possibilities are waiting, just waiting for you. The revolution has begun. I'm out. For more info on joining the revolution and living your greatest life of prosperity today, go to www.yourdailyrevolution.com and join us in waking up, turning your brain on, and prospering today.